For this video, we're going to go through the simple sequence of drawing in Fusion 360. And from this sequence, you can adapt it and adjust it as you see fit. So the first thing we want to do is we want to save our design. So this is saving to our toolbox file. We can create another project file, but because it's already in the folder we want, I'm going to name this Cube. So now everything that we do when we hit save, it is going to save to our file location, which is right here. Now we want to start creating some components. So right now we've got one component for our project. I'm going to right click on that and go new component. Hit OK. We can do this as many times as we want. I'm going to do it twice to start with. We can see that our one component has now become a body of components. So multiple components of our project. To rename, we double click, cube 1. Cube 2. Now, the first step is to activate the part we want to work with. So if I go to this project, when you're working on an individual piece, that information will start getting stored in that component. So if I jump from part 1 to side 2, you'll see that it's now highlighted the part we're working with. When you want to look at your overall project, you can activate all parts at once. But if you start working from your whole assembly, it will create another file section under the whole project. So make sure you activate your component when working with it. So we've activated the first cube. I'm going to create a sketch. Now, these planes coincide with the camera angles that we're looking at. I'm going to select the right view and it's going to snap to. We now are in sketch mode and we've got access to all our shaping tools and our line tools. Use the 2-point rectangle. I've clicked once. I'm going to type in 25, tab 25. So the tab tool lets us bounce between dimensions to change them. If you want to change an existing dimension, you can just grab the dimension tool. That's driven because there's already one present. Or you can double click on an existing dimension. But if that dimension is not there, let's say that didn't exist, we can then grab our dimension tool up here and click and change it to 30. But for now, we'll do 25. Right. Now we can also use our line modify tools. So if we wanted to add a fillet, for example, type in our dimension. If you want to know how a tool works, just hover over it and it will give you a brief explanation. There's a chamfer, the trim tool. The trim tool allows us to remove individual lines. That gives us an open space now where we couldn't actually extrude this into 3D. But if you needed to remove any individual lining, that's your tool. I'll go back. We're going to finish this sketch. And if we pull down this menu on this component, the sketch has now been saved into that component. We now want to make it 3D, so we use the extrude tool. Now with the extrude tool, it's automatically selected that face. We can either pull and drag or we can type in a specific measurement. The operation lets us select whether we're adding material, cutting away material, creating an intersection, a new body, or a new component. Go OK. We're just adding material. Now we can see we've now got our sketch, and because we've extruded it, that mesh has now been converted into a body, and that body, or bodies, if we had multiples together, would make up that cube. Now we want to work on this second cube. So I'm activating it. I'm creating a new sketch. I'm now going to select my plane, but because we've got an existing component, I can actually work off of that part. So I'm going to select that face. And now when I draw my next shape, I can snap to the corners on that face or find the center point, which is represented by the triangle. So I know that's 25 by 25 and finish sketch. Now I'm going to extrude it. I'm going to go 25. Now we've got two parts. If I activate them all, I now need to add a third part, component. So I right click again, and we can do this at any point. We can add more components. And we're going to go cube 3. Minimize that menu. Now I'm going to sketch off the top of this cube. And the process is the exact same. 25. Now I want to now use the sketch tool again. I'm still activated on part 3. I want to drill a hole through the center. So I'm going to find the center point, 2 triangles, and then they meet up. I'm going to go 5 mil. Now if I was to extrude that circle all the way through, it would drill a hole in this part as well. So we can find that cube and we can turn it off with the eyeball. And now we can't see it. I finish sketch. I'm going to extrude and zoom in because now we've got multiple sketches, and I'm going to select that circle. And I'm just going to drill it through. So if I pull it the other way, it's converted automatically from join to cut. If I select a joint, adding material, cut, cutting material, just press enter. I can now turn that other cube back on, and now we've got a drilled hole. And turning all of our parts on. Down the bottom, we've got our timeline. So I can now go back to any point in time and actually view the sequence and make adjustments to any measurements by right-clicking and editing. And that will then update everything up to the current point in time. So that's the basic sequence. Create a sketch, select a plane, extrude, and making sure that you've activated the right part along the way.